Right, I hear typing.
Oh, there you are. Okay.
There we go.
Oh, now I got you. Cool, cool. All right, I was gonna tell you to go ahead and restart everything, but nice. Okay. Um.
Yeah, that's why I closed my entire browser down
Ah,
and
so
then
that's what
got
you
it
have to
going.
do. Okay. I saw
Dude,
you the
stuff's gonna be a
first
little
time.
frisky today.
Yeah. What? Say it again.
Said stuff's gonna be a little frisky today. I have a feeling riot's going because Tesla announced. I don't know if you heard. Tesla announced that they have like a 1.6 billion dollar share in Bitcoin, and that they're gonna start moving towards accepting Bitcoin as payment.
Nice, nice.
So
Okay.
Riot blockchain is up to like 28. It's gonna be a good time.
It sure is. All right, let's get our friends in here.
Let's do it.
All right, let's see here. Okay, cool, man. Glad you're connected. All right, cool. Give me 2 seconds. We'll go live. All right. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the pre-market show. I hope everyone's having an amazing morning. Hope you had a great weekend. Good morning, Thor. How are you doing today, my friend?
I'm doing great, bud.
All
I'm
right.
absolutely
Excellent.
fantastic. Had a great weekend this weekend with the Bucks. Did pretty well in the Super
Yes.
Bowl, let's say.
Pretty well. I think they did more than that. I think they were amazing. And you're a big fan. You're from down there, so I'm sure it's a good time for you guys right now. So excellent, man. Excellent. All right, guys, let's get to it. Another week here. So Thor, by the way, is going to be filling in for Norm this week, as Norm is on vacation at the moment. So hopefully him and his family are enjoying themselves, and hopefully he's feeling better as well. I know he wasn't feeling great towards the end of last week. So, oh, no sound in our chat room. Hold on a second. Here we go, guys. All right, we're just saying our regular good morning, guys. Hopefully you can hear me now over in the chat room.
There we go.
It works. Okay, perfect. And we're just mentioning that Thor will be filling in. As you all know, Norm is on vacation with his family this week, so he'll be back the following week. All right, with that said, guys, let's get into some of the news, man. We were talking a little bit about Bitcoin before we got into the show. Thor, fill us in on what's happening there and the rest of the overall market update.
Yeah, so we got a lot going on this morning to get started. Happy Monday, everybody. Good to see you. Shout out to my home team, Tampa Bay Bucks. They kind of crushed it a little bit on the Super Bowl there. We got some stuff moving out and getting here. And today, one thing that I found particularly of interest today, already to start things off, the SPY gapping up a little bit, looking pretty interesting this morning. We've got some Bitcoin stocks like Riot are starting to rally along with Tesla a little bit today because Tesla is out announcing that they've got well over $1 billion position in Bitcoin, and that they intend to start taking Bitcoin as payment for Teslas in the near future. Is going to kind of validate the movement of Bitcoin into the retail industry in a big way. So I think you're going to see stocks like Riot Blockchain, for instance, are going to potentially have some very nice today as people start to get into those. So I think we're going to have a pretty fun week today. Already starting off with a little bit of cool stuff going on.
Yeah, definitely. And then we see right now, so you have it up on the screen. This thing is firing on all cylinders at the moment, up 20%, 2.8 million. And you're gonna have that one and other ones like Mara also in play today. So again, looking very nice there this morning. All right, with that said, guys, let's jump into our building our watch list. Let's remove what I had over from Friday. So let's get rid of this. All right, we'll make some new rows and we'll start looking at what we have on our gapping up list, which seems to be pretty big this morning. As you can see here, a lot of yellow in here. So usually anything with yellow is a lower flow type stock, and you're seeing a lot of that this morning. Anything under that 20 is going to be brighter yellow. So you can see plenty of low flow stocks this morning. We'll get into some of those. And then gapping down, not so much. I think this is one of the shortest lists we've seen on the gap down in a very long time. Only 4 tickers at the moment. So we jump into that as well. All right, let's start with OCGN. At the moment, they are popping up 60% right now. 58 million. I'm sorry, 157 million shares float. So again, pretty decent size here as far as the float goes. Pre-market action looks very good. Now we've seen OCGN in our list in the past. We usually don't watch it because it doesn't trade all that well. But today, man, they are very active this morning. It's worth taking a look at today. I think the volume is pretty decent here. A nice big gap up this morning. So we'll put it on here, OCGN. Next, we have WPRT. This one is up 45%. So another big pop here also on WPRT. Now 1.9 million shares. So we do have some volume. Now notice the difference between the one we just saw. Yes, I know it's 23 million. You can't compare 23 million to what this has here, which is about what 1.9 million. It's a big difference, but either way, 1.9 is still a lot of volume, and that is not trading well. So we get asked a lot, what is a good pre-market action? This is not one of them. Right, you see the wicks over here. This is very choppy. This is not clean. Yes, you're getting volume, but that volume is not creating a great price action. Right, we talk about that in our education center. This is not a good pre-market price action. If you look at their daily, for the most part, they don't get a lot of volume. So it tells me again they don't tend to have a good intraday type trading. You can tell here usually around, what's that, 3 million shares for the most part. Got a couple of days popping up here at 12 million, but again, not a whole lot of movement. So with that said, these type of stocks, we usually skip over them really quick. And we're going to do the same with this one here today. Next, we have SINO. This one's 5 million shares flow, and it's moving pretty nice right now. 2.1 million shares traded at the moment. This one is up 40%. So we'll put it down here. Definitely very active. And I think this one we have looked at in the past. And Thor, interrupt me anytime if you have any catalysts you want to share, or any of these that might be worth us taking a look at.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, but look at the daily too. It's very weird, right? It gaps up and sells down for the most part. We're gapping up today again. Are we going to sell down? So I don't know. Very difficult to trade this one. The pre-market is not great, but they do have some good volume this morning. Heading on down.
Yeah, they're still running. Yeah. This one's still running on news of their. They've upgraded their executive leadership team to drive their Bitcoin mining operation. So they've been kind of running a little bit for a couple of days on the catalyst of that. So definitely got some movement to it for sure.
Yeah, they sure do there. Let's take a look at what we have next here. LAIX. LAIX, guys, I do not like this pre-market action. Again, doesn't look clean to me. We have 3.9, almost 4 million shares traded right now. Looks like on Friday they had a big day too. They gapped up nice. I didn't keep this one on my list, but you can see here they had a gap up. They give you a little bit of continuation to the market open and then the drop down. But again, without looking at the price action, just looking at the charts after the fact, you can tell this thing doesn't trade well. And that's my concern with something like this. So I'm not going to add it to my list. I'm not even going to add it to my a low flow risky pile down here, because I think we have better ones this morning that we can put on there, like SINO. I mean, SINO looks a lot better to have down there in our risky pile. NCTY this morning, they are up 30%. Very nice, 288,000 shares traded. This one has been a runner in the past. We've seen this take off nicely with volume, right? Notice the difference. This is not a $12 million day. It's not a $5 million day. This is 55 million. So again, when it does get volume, it tends to run pretty nice here. Pre-market after 730-ish, 740 is trading very decent. Right, so let's keep an eye on this one. This is sitting at 5.3.
They're a part of the Bitcoin jump that's going on today. they've purchased Bitcoin mining machines or something of that nature. I'm not really even
Nice.
sure what that means. I have to research Bitcoin mining machines a little bit.
Mining
Maybe I need one of
machines.
those.
Uh, I seen pictures on social media about mining machines. It looks insane. So NCTY is doing some of that. They're actually playing very nice this morning, like what's happening there. 5 million shares flow, guys. So you got to be careful. Like for example, some of these candles here are 50 cents easily on a 5 minute. So this thing can really move. This morning they're low of the pre-market already at 25. They're $5 up since the low of their pre-market today. So again, just tells you, give you an idea of how fast that is moving. Here's Mara. Mara is in play. We'll add this one on here for sure. Riot is in play, of course. We'll add that one. And there's some other Bitcoin types stocks that we're seeing obviously active, but these two seem to be the ones that trade the cleanest, right? If you look at their price action, if you look at their pre-market activity right now, they tend to have the cleanest daily chart as well. So I really like both of these this morning, and this morning both look really good. I mean, there's not one that looks better than the other. Maybe Riot by an inch or two, but not by much. Both on there. And again, Thor filled you in already what's going on with the Bitcoin stuff. So we're going to see a lot of those popping into this gappers list this morning. CLNE. CLNE, we're gapping up 24%. Is this another Bitcoin play, or no, it's clean energy fuels? So different type of stock here. They're up 25%, 667,000. Their daily looks okay, not great. I do like the pop up this morning. Pre-market action looks all right. Maybe a possible. I think that's probably the best we could do on this one. CLNE, we'll do a possible for that one today. Mara, we do have BTBT, another Bitcoin type play here. This one is also very clean, but again, I think Mara and Riot and Thor, correct me if I'm wrong, I think these two are probably the cleanest one with the most volume. If there's any other one,
Yeah,
another one
absolutely.
out there, throw it back out. So, but I think these two are the ones to keep an eye on. LIZI has been very active over the last couple of days, guys. Look at their daily, breaking out of what, $3 here. This would have been sometime last week, Tuesday or Wednesday. And just look at the plays they have done over the last couple of days. So again, really nice here. It's been a good one for opportunities, to get in and out quickly, because this thing is aggressive. It is risky. They're sitting at a 34 million shares float, but they really belong down here with our risky pile, because this thing can really move. And just want to be careful with this one. So we'll put it on here today. Right now, they are gapping up 21% at the moment. I'm not sure what my information. There it goes. 21%, 946,000 shares traded. So that is looking decent this morning. Pre-market action could be better, but at the market open, we've seen this thing really take off. So worth taking a second look at. All right, we're gonna stop here on our gapping up list. There's a whole lot on here, guys. I mean, look at this. Wow. So we'll give you guys a shot to throw some stuff out at us. Let's look at what's gapping down, see what some of the numbers are in here. CRNT gapping down this morning. Do not like the daily here. Lower price stock, pretty choppy on the daily. Also, the pre-market action doesn't look interesting at all. You had one nice drop here, then after that has been pretty crappy. So we'll skip on that one. Go EV. This one is an interesting one. They are down 4.7. I like their pre-market action, but I really like their daily here, the way they're kind of setting up for a possible breakdown. So yeah, I like this one. Let's put it as a possible at least. Go EV. CCIV is another one that's been very active. This one looks decent on the daily as well. Pre-market action starting to get going. They get a lot of volume throughout the day, guys. So if they can trade clean, the volume is going to be there. It's all about, can they trade clean here. So CCIV, you know what? Today we'll put them up here. I usually put them on the secondary list or drop them off, but I think today their volume is looking good. Their daily looks nice too. I mean, you had the breakout here. You had the consolidation happening here as well. If we can get towards that 35 for possible breakout, that can have a lot of room to run there. So let's see, they're winding up nicely on the daily. We're seeing higher lows here, building up to that 32.50 as the low, a little bit lower, 32.05. Let's see what this thing has for us today. It's sitting in the red this morning, but does look like it might want to go green the way it's bouncing off this 32.02 right now. It's about 60 cents above that. So looking promising there. TIGR, this one is dropping down nicely. Just started to get going here around 8 a.m. this morning. So that looks decent. Let's throw it on here as a possible. We'll take a second look at that. TIGR. And then last one gapping down is CBAT. So CBAT this morning, yeah, this is horrible. So again, you have the volume 206, which is not all great, but it's decent. Down 2.6, but then just look how this is trading. This is pure chop. You're not seeing no price action here, and for the most part, their dailies also very wacky. So we'll stay away from that. All right, cool. Thor, what do you like this morning?
There's some movers out there. Obviously, I'm liking the Bitcoin stuff. So anything Tesla, Mara, Riot. Also liking PLTR. They've got a partnership announced with
Mm-hmm.
IBM. That's going to be really good for them.
All
I
right.
don't know if that'll affect IBM as much as that'll affect PLTR greatly. So I like that for them. Also, Sava Pharmaceuticals seems to have attention this morning. I know they've got an Alzheimer's drug that's been really kind of turning some heads. So I think that's going to grab some attention. I think Jared has already had a trade in that thing and is probably done for the day.
Nice, nice.
And and then I'm also just on the little sideburn. I'm going to have on my secondary just watching for this week. I'm going to be watching Disney. Um, Disney has things coming up this week, and they're a little up on the daily out of this range that they've been in for a while. So I'm going to see if we might start getting a little bit of an accumulation heading into most likely be a very good earnings for Disney with Disney streaming service cranking numbers and and all of those things. So yeah, that's what I'm looking at.
All right, sounds good, man. Love it. And Disney, actually, yeah, I like the daily on Disney as well, so I'm definitely throwing that on there for a second look later. All right, guys, let's start with our chat room. What do you guys like this morning? Let's take a look here. Let me just get this in here. Okay, let's go down here. All right,
Oh,
let's
that's
start
true
with.
too. Someone mentioned Square. Square,
Yeah.
I think, has a position in Bitcoin, I believe. So Square actually might see some jump today with the Bitcoin stuff as well.
Oh yeah, and they're actually up right now to almost 3%. So we'll throw on Square there. That's a good one to have.
Pre-market is a little not great, but that's
Yeah,
always
yeah.
Square.
Square has a bad pre-market, and this is the thing. We know Square, their pre-market is horrible, and they can still put in an amazing day. So we'll throw Square there for now. All right, let's start here with who we have. Bill D is giving us BRQS. Let's take a look at this. What do we have here? So it's more of a penny stock. Typically, we don't focus on these type of plays here. They have volume 4.6, 24.5 right now as far as gapping up. But again, very risky, guys. Be very careful. What's the float on this one here? BRQS. A 30 million shares flow, so not lower float, but again, more of a penny stock. So you want to be very careful with this one. Their price, actually, again, nothing wrong with trading them, and you can make definitely some big bucks trading this type of stuff. But you just got to be careful. They move very differently than our mid to large flow stocks between that, above that $10 price range. They tend to be a little bit cleaner. Dan Saba, we do have on deck. That's looking okay. Disney is on here, so yep, we have that one. SQ is good. All right. Random PLTR, we just put that one on, so that's good. OJOCGN, yes, we have that one on here. I mean, this one is very active, guys. 57% up this morning, and they're giving some of that back this morning as well in the pre-market, but the volume is there. I mean, 25 million shares traded right now, so it's looking very active. Let's take a look at Oxy. What do we have for Oxy here? Oxy, let's take a look. All right, what's going on with Oxy? Oxy at the moment, I like the daily on Oxy for a possible breakout, so that looks good. But their pre-market and volume is really light right now, which is typical Oxy. They tend here and there to have a good pre-market action when they have news. But right now, this pre-market action doesn't look very active for me, so I'm going to skip on that one today. GB, all right, so Bitcoin is definitely on fire, guys. Yeah, that is in play. But I have my Bitcoin type plays here. GBTC. Now, again, they're up today 17%, but my Bitcoins are going to be Mara and Riot today. These two are really nice. They can trade very well this morning. Heading on down, we have SNPR. So SNPR, let's take a look. SNPR right now, they are up 42%, 3.3. What's the news on this one? What's the flow? SNPR. Let's take a look here. SNPR. I don't have no flow information, so I'm not sure what type of play this is, but very light on the volume. Mostly they're under 1 million or at 1 million on their given days. Today, obviously, they have 3.3 already, so they're well above their normal trading volume. Pre-market action, it's got some gaps in here or some stretches here that I don't like this one here. It's very flat, very algo-like with volume. I don't like that, right? I want to see this volume moving this this price one way or another, the way it's doing here right now. So a little bit on the fence on this one, maybe a possible. We'll come back to it. SNPR heading on down. Let's take a look at we haven't seen this one in some time. BYND. Let's take a look at that. BYND. Yeah, it's gapping up 1.2. Let's see how the yeah, gapping up 1.2, but the pre-market, I'm not seeing any pre-market action this morning on it. So again, really strange at the moment. Definitely not one in play right now. I'm not sure what this gap up means. Maybe later down the line could get a little bit better. I see a lot of people throwing out BB. Let's take a look at BB this morning. They have 740,000 shares traded. Their pre-market is very choppy, but their daily, I see what you guys are looking at. Their daily does look a bit promising here. They're up 5.4 right now with some decent volume. Definitely worth at least taking a second look on BB here. Heading on down, BLOK. Sorry guys, I'm skipping a few of you guys. SQ and we have SQ already. Let's take a look at PayPal. Let's see how PayPal looks today. PayPal at them. Yeah, PayPal looks good actually. And it was great. Was it Friday, the day before? We talked about PayPal. I think it was maybe the day before. Yeah, right in here, man. This was nice. We had a good play on PayPal. I think it was Thursday or Friday. I can't recall, but here. Beautiful play on PayPal, traded very clean towards the upside, gives a nice continuation there of the pre-market high. So yeah, PayPal could be nice. Yeah, I like PayPal. I'm gonna add it here. If it can trade like it did on Thursday, I believe that was a nice one. Heading on down, VERU right now. This is how is this looking at the moment? They're up 22%. Pre-market action is okay. I'm on the fence on that. What's the float on this one? VERU. We are sitting at 54 million shares float. Yeah, pre-market is, yeah, it's all right. It's all right. Their daily is a little bit funky here. Possible continuation after dropping down on Friday, now coming back up. Hopefully touch some of these 15 levels we have on there. VERU, we'll throw that on there. All right, heading on down, guys. We might have to stop here because we got 5 minutes left. So a lot of tickets being thrown out. Thank you, guys. Right, we do have JG, let's take a look at this. This was very active on Friday. You guys remember this? Popped up and just sold off. I think the fun and clean action might be over on this. I wouldn't be watching it today. I'll wait for that to hit our scanners. All right, let's take over a few from our YouTube chat here, guys. Let's take a look here. What do we have? PayPal, we have VERU. I put that on there, but I'm not a big fan of it. Somebody's throwing GameStop. Richard's throwing us GameStop. I think GameStop is just untradeable now. I think it's just going into this unfun territory at the moment. It's not even fun to watch anymore. It's just really all over the place. Yeah. So I won't even have it on my list. Not even for entertainment purposes going forward. ASRT, this one here, more of a penny stock. Anything under $1 trading like this is very difficult to trade, guys, and they don't move a whole lot. We need stocks to move, right? I mean, to make a good buck out of this, you have to load up on share sizing heavily, and then you might just not even get your move, and then you kind of waste some of that precious time when you can be watching something that can actually move and be in play. CNET is a very poor intraday trading stock. It's really bad, even with volume and sometimes even with news. They don't move well. They're not a clean trading stock for intraday, so I'm going to skip on that one. Let's take a look at Zoom this morning. What do we have there? Zoom right now, no volume, guys, pretty light, only 66,000 shares traded, so we'll skip on that one. Let's take a look at Blink. What do we have on Blink? Blink at the moment, not looking all that good. Their daily looks interesting, but they need some volume, some kind of price action to go here. They're up 2.8. But for the most part right now, I do like I love the daily though. We talked about this, right? We were watching it. I forget when this was. Even here, maybe last week, we were watching it, talking about this level, right? If it can break above this level, it can run. So we're kind of flirting with that resistance right now in the pre-market. But man, it's just the activity's not there. This would be a good one for scanners, turbo breakup, or a high volume scanner alert. This would be a nice one to keep an eye on. But right now, it just seems pretty dead at the moment. All right, guys, we have to stop here. Let's take a look at we're going to go look at our announcements, come back and fine tune this list. It's a whole lot this morning. But I got to tell you, the best ones right now on our list is Mara and Riot. so far, pre-market action, and the way their daily looks as well. Just not the pre-market, but their daily also, especially on Mara. Beautiful possible breakout here of this place. I really like that one this morning. So again, we have a lot on here, but not a lot looks great. A lot is going to be falling off very soon. Let's head over to announcements. And after announcement, we have Dr. Katz.
All right, everybody. We have going on a really full roster this week. Lots of stuff going on. Of course, at 2:30, we've got Swing Trade with Brian. And then on Monday, we have our onboarding class, 8 p.m. with Carlos. I'm not sure if we have Kyle on this week as well at 9 p.m. after the onboarding, but I know we're
Yes,
often doing that.
I believe we do. Yeah, he's going to be after the onboarding.
Okay.
Kyle's going to be on. Yep.
So yeah, so we've got our guy Kyle coming on after that to answer any technical questions you have, hotkeys, computer setup. The guy is a server tech coder programmer. I mean, the guy can do it all. So if you've got a technology related question, he's going to be able to bail you out. Tuesday and Thursdays at noon, we have trade review with Eamon. No better time to learn than at noon with Eamon, because you're actually gonna be able to post your trade. He can review your trade, tell you what he thinks you could have done to either maximize your profit, good trade. If it was a bad trade, maybe help you identify some signals that are going to keep you out of that. Tuesdays, we have our success webinars, Wednesdays, psychology webinars, and then Thursdays, group mentorship with yours truly. And that is on all of those are at 8 p.m. Eastern. Monday through Thursday, we do the closing bell on YouTube. Starts at 3:30 through the close, and that is with Peter, and often Mike and Brian show up to help us stay entertained with that. This week, strategy and trade book webinar. It's a town hall style Q&A with Andy Kirshner. Been a successful trader since '95. So he's the CEO and chairman of the Kirshner Trading Group. So they're a proprietary trading firm focused on tech in order to help keep traders ahead of the game. So I think this is going to be an absolutely fantastic opportunity to pick the brain of someone on the prop side of things, and to just learn. I mean, we know what's going on our side, but we often forget that although it's a very similar world, it can be quite a different world in the prop side. So it'll be really cool to hear that. And then coming up a week after that, we're going to have a very cool webinar presented by our very own Peter, how to trade the right share size for you. I think this is a critical issue for all new traders, especially, but even the most seasoned of traders could probably take a little bit of a touch through this and make sure, that you're trading in a way that's going to make you comfortable, to make sure it's the risk level that you control and that you can hold on, both so you don't lose too much money, but also so you make the right amount of profit. The mental edge this week, putting the jigsaw pieces together. This is going to be with our very own Creta. Gonna be in live on Zoom. It's going to be awesome. Remember a little time difference there because Creta is coming from across. So we're going to be 5 p.m. Eastern on that one. And then on Wednesday, February 17th, we're going to have Neda with Balance Your Effort with Patience, which is going to be really great. And that'll be a great addition to our mindfulness section. BBT member of the day. So many of you know we've talked quite a bit about this, but we like to have a little bit of fun here at BBT, and one way we like to do that is just to kind of throw trades out there. And when you get something that you're really proud of or that you really like and you'd like to share with everybody, you mark up and post your best trade of the day and you put it on Twitter. If you don't have a Twitter account, super easy to set up. Once you put your trade together, make sure to mark it up all nice so we know what you're going for, and then tag at Bear Bull Traders. That's Andrew, at Mike BBT, and at Norm BBT, who is not me. He's on vacation. Use the hashtags BBT Family, Day Trading, and Stock Market, and you will be included in our little contest. The winner will be announced in BBT Monday closing show and on Twitter. That'll be for the week. So each member of the that submits for the day, each day gets chosen, and then those did, and we pick a overall winner on the week. And then we like to often offer them the opportunity to make a YouTube video for us, or do something else like that that we can post up and other fun things like that. Interested in joining Bear Bull Traders? Well, why wouldn't you be? I mean, how entertaining has this been so far? Just kidding. Try BBT chat room for 1 week. It's $24. Code premarket24. That gets you into the chat for the week. That also gets you access to our onboarding class with our host today, Carlos. He'll run you through the website, run you through the basics of trading, kind of give you an idea if this is really the place that you want to be or not. Really nice way to get in, not spend a fortune to figure out if you want these sites that are out there. They're just trying to get you in and, and get you committed to something. We want to prove to you that we're one of, if not the best trading communities available, and we're not afraid to let you do it for a little bit of money. So only $24. Come in for the week, check us out, and you'll probably want to stay. I'm just saying. All right. And on every Monday, I know I look forward to this as much as anybody else. I have huge respect for this guy. We got our very own Dr. Jonathan Katz. He spends a little time with us every morning to kind of put us in focus and help us get ready for the week that's at hand. It can be so hard coming off a weekend and then trying to get into the swing of things. Dr. Katz, welcome. Pleasure having you as always.
Good morning, Thor, and good morning, everybody, for a little Mindful Monday tip. I know we're continuing our series on kind of coping and managing stress and pressure. I started that off last Monday, and I wanted to continue today with some of the psychological and physical symptoms of competitive stress that a lot of traders, unfortunately, experience. So let me first just say, when I talk about competitive stress, what I mean is really the negative emotions that are kind of often felt by traders before or during the trading day. The result of that stress sometimes is a decrease in self-esteem and really questioning your own performance. And these feelings are really triggered by the demands of trading and the task at hand and the perception of your own capability or abilities of achieving your desired goals. So some of the symptoms that I want to mention of competitive stress, both psychologically and physically. Now, remember, I'm going to mention a wide range of things. These are general symptoms. Sometimes people, experience some of them, all of them, none of them, frequently, infrequently. But I just want to mention because they can be a little warning sign to you if you're really feeling under a great deal of pressure and stress. So one of the common ones is mood swings during the trading day. That's sometimes a warning sign, a symptom of competitive stress. If you feel and you see that your moods are swinging, there's great emotional volatility throughout the day. A lack of sleep after a poor trading day is not an uncommon kind of sign of competitive stress. So be able to monitor kind of your sleep. Sometimes it can get as bad as people really have bad dreams or nightmares regarding their kind of poor trading performance. So that can get severe, not that common, but it can happen. Sometimes, the stress can lead to kind of a loss of appetite, kind of a weak stomach, nausea. Sometimes kind of the gastrointestinal aspects can play their way. Sometimes people internalize their stress in their stomach, not uncommon. A common one that a lot of people experience when they're under a lot of stress is kind of an aggression or irritability with others. This could happen with people at work. It could happen with people at home. But if you find yourself getting a little tense, a little irritable, more than you normally are, that could be a little warning sign that you're experiencing some of this competitive stress. Sometimes the physical symptoms can be like clammy skin or hands and on your feet, increased heart rate. These are some of the physical signs that sometimes people are really feeling anxious and under a great deal of stress. If you find yourself like trying to control situations, becoming a little more manipulative, trying to control things in a more unrealistic way, behavioral kind of components that are unlike what you're doing normally, that could be another sign of you're experiencing competitive kind of stress. And an inability to kind of achieve and maintain your normal level of focus during the trading day is a good warning sign that you're feeling under undue stress. Sometimes that could extend to kind of losing a desire to socialize or engaging in any kind of social activity. And sometimes severely, people get really frustrated and lose an interest in trading. So that's usually a warning sign. Again, sometimes there's an overwhelming sense of worry, an exaggerated sense of worry or helplessness and anxiety. And that could be another sign that you're not dealing effectively with some of these symptoms of competitive stress. So I know next Monday is a market holiday, but in 2 weeks, I'm going to come back and then start talking about some specific tips for dealing with trading pressure, to manage some of these symptoms that maybe you could think about if you're experiencing to whatever degree. We'll get into some kind of helpful tips that you can start implementing as a way of kind of managing the kind of common and normal stress and pressure that traders often experience. So that's it for today, Thor. I hope that was helpful, and hopefully everybody will have a kind of a solid trading day and a good trading week.
Oh man, thank you, Dr. Katz. Yeah, that was absolutely helpful. I mean, I have to admit, even as someone who's been trading for a few years now profitably, the stress still hits. It still has its moments, and I think the difference between being someone who knows how to trade and someone who is a trader, right, by profession, is actually nothing to do with fundamentals. It has everything to do with your ability to control yourself and reproduce those fundamentals without emotional context constantly getting in the way. So I really, truly appreciate this series. I look forward to hearing more about the coping mechanisms for that, because I think I could use a couple of those myself.
And one final statement, Thor, I think you make a really good point. I want people to understand that these aren't things that one gets over. It's really about managing effectively. The most experienced traders, the most successful traders that I work with, high-level traders, still experiencing these kinds of symptoms because there's, the stakes could be higher. The expectations could be higher. So it's just like with athletics. Professional athletes I've worked with experience some of the stress on the demands. It's not just like a 12-year-old in a kind of a, kind of a recreational league game. So I don't want people to think that this is something you grow out of. You kind of become an observer of your own mental and emotional state, and you learn skills and strategies and techniques to manage your emotions in a more effective way. And hopefully over time, with some of the tips we'll talk about, you'll be able to do that.
Fantastic, Doctor. That's amazing. Thank you so much for sharing your wisdom with us, as always.
You're quite welcome. Have a good day.
Thanks. You as well.
Appreciate that there. All right, guys, let's get to it. So we have a bit of a long list this morning, but you know what? I was going through some of these stuff, and really, it's not a lot that looks great. So we're gonna fine tune this very, very quickly. Let's start with VERU. This one here, guys. Let's start with our possibles list. So VERU, I'm gonna take off. I'm gonna remove this one. SNPR, that's okay for now. Disney, I do like Disney starting to get going a little bit here, so that one is good for as a possible as well. SAVA, I'm on the fence. We'll keep that for now. PLTR is actually starting to look a lot better, guys. I'm going to move PLTR up. I think it belongs in our main list here. Oh, too many T's there. Let's remove one. So PLTR is getting upgraded. Let's get rid of this one there. That's good. TIGR, this one, you know what? This is incredible on the daily here for TIGR. Very active pre-market action. I think it's a good possible as well. CLNE, I'm on the fence on. Go EV, I'm going to take this one off. This does not look great. Let's get rid of it compared to everything else that we have. You know what? BB, we like the daily. The pre-market action is okay. I think even for a possible today might not be the best one. And again, we know BB. We'll look at it for if it hits our scanners. PayPal doesn't have a great pre-market action, but they have a beautiful daily, guys. And if they get the volume here, they can trade very, very well. They've been having some really good couple of days in here. So I think PayPal is a good possible as well. So just to recap, we have PayPal, CLNE. I like the pop here. I like what I'm seeing right now as far as pre-market action is getting a lot better. You're getting some pretty wide candles in here, wide, and also the volume. The volume is creating this great pre-market action right now. If that continues, that can be a good one. TIGR also looks great. Nice price action there. Nice range. SAVA, I'm going to take this one off. You know what? Let's take this one off. Compared to everything else, I don't think that looks great. Disney really starts to break out here now, guys. So Disney's looking very, very good. SNPR, I like the pop, but I don't like some of these stretches where it just does nothing, and it has 4.2 million. I think I'm going to remove this one. I think I'm going to get rid of this one for now. All right, and this on our risky pile, we have LIZI. Not looking so great. NCTY, okay. SINO, wow. Look at that drop. That is scary, guys. Be very, very, very careful. I want to look at the 1 minute. Look at this. There was no head top. This happened within a minute, right? So somebody decided they were going to dump their shares there. Just look at that drop. And this is the scary stuff with these lower flow stocks. You could be sitting here at in at 922 thinking it's going to it's going to bounce from here from a prior area of support, and then somebody comes in and decides that's not what they want to do, and then you're down. You're down $2 almost in this move, right? So that's the scary thing about low flow stocks when something like this can happen, right? So be very, very careful. And yes, you might say, I could have my hard stop sitting at 880. That is not guaranteed. Even with a hard stop, if the orders drops like this in before your stop, it can blow right through your hard stop. So again, just a reminder to everyone out there, especially if you're starting out, a hard stop is not a guarantee that you're going to get out exactly at that price, right? So keep that in mind. All right, so man, just looking at that makes me take this off. This is scary stuff. I don't want to even look at that. And these other ones, yeah, I mean, why bother with something like that? And these other ones don't look great. So again, I don't have nothing on my risky pile. That's just kind of gets me upset there. That way that happens. OCGN, this one here, guys, looking good. I like that one. Let's look at our main list now. This one is very, very active. Myra and Rye are both really good. Wow, they're dropping a little bit here this morning. Let's look at our 5 minute, get a bigger picture so far. All right, so giving back a little bit, but again, both very, very active with great volume. CCIV, I like the daily on it, but it's not great. So let's move it down to a possible. All right, I think a possible is good for that one. SQ has potential, guys, moving nicely above this 240 at the moment, up 2.7. And I really like PLTR. I think PLTR looks very, very good. So I think we have a decent list. Let's get to some levels here. OCGN, high of the pre-market at the moment, sitting at 966. The low of the pre-market, let's check here, is down here. Has some good support too. Has been tested twice this morning at 815. So 815. Low of the pre-market for OCGN. It has a good range, guys. 815, high of the pre-market 966. Again, be careful with your share size on this one. It is not a low flow stock. Let me just confirm. OCGN, 156 million shares flow. So you're not gonna see what you saw here. In fact, I'm going to keep it here. You're not going to see this type of stuff, right? That doesn't happen with a stock that has that big of a flow. You need a lot of juice to be able to do something like that. All right, so that's OCGN looking good. Outside of this range, do we have anything above this for OCGN? We do not. Oh, look at this back in October, September.
One big run-up day.
Yeah, jeez. All right, so we got some levels here on the daily. Let's take a look here. We're going back quite a bit now. We have 1079. This is a nasty daily, by the way. We do have this one here at 1030 is good. I think that's good enough for now. We got some levels towards the top, and then towards the bottom are 818. So I think we're pretty good for this one now. Again, pre-market very active, guys. We have to be patient with this one, though. We got to make sure it's going to trade like that into the market open, and be careful if you're trading it now into the pre-market at the moment. Here's Mara, guys. Mara's looking very good, very active. 28.92 high of the pre-market. Also, we have this level here in the previous high over at 28.41. So I'm going to mark that down as well. You can see the resistance you had around that area, and then the breakout, and then slamming right back down below that 28.34. Again, that was an area of prior resistance here on this stock. We do have 26.46. Where are we getting this from? Oh yeah, this area of resistance here. So I want to keep an eye on that one as well. 26.46. Then towards the bottom, the next level of support you have, most recent, it's going to be 24.92, and then below that you have the lows and highs from the last two trading days. So again, looking pretty good here. I'm not sure if Mara has been above. We're all-time high with this one.
We're gonna go for it, I think.
What was that?
I said I think all-time highs around 29, 20 something. I think,
okay,
unless there's something further out. So we're not far from it.
Yeah, it's looking really good right now, guys. At least 52-week highs right here, 28.92. So again, looking very active this morning. Great volume. Riot is almost the same thing here as well. High of the pre-market sitting at 28.45, and then we have a little spike over here at 29.14. Let's throw a level there as well. Towards the bottom, I do like this area here, 26.91. That looks good. I want to put a level there also And then below that, you have the highs and lows from the last two trading days. So again, pretty good levels here, pretty good pre-market action. You got great volume, guys. 3.6 up 18%. Again, the Bitcoin stuff is heavily in play this morning. Here's SQ. I know that pre-market action doesn't look as attractive, but again, they can get the volume at the market open. High of the pre-market 248.06, the low of the pre-market 242.20. The price action right now sitting at a level of resistance, so I'm going to mark that down, 246.56. We'll throw a level there and see how that's going to play out. Towards the bottom, guys, highs and lows from the last two trading days, and I believe this is also all-time high for SQ. So again, they has just been incredible, guys. Just look at last year. Look at the run since April. Back in March. I mean, it's just insane. I mean, this thing dropped during the drop we had here in March, all the way down from 85 down to 32, and we're sitting at 240. Wow, it's just unbelievable. So SQ looking pretty good right now, guys. It could be a little bit more difficult to trade, so be patient with your setup, and you got to give this one a little bit of room because it can be a little bit whippy. PLTR, let's remove some of the levels we have here. This one's looking very good. Pre-market action, guys. Guys, you already know how this stock trades. It can be very, very volatile. The pullbacks can be very aggressive, so you have to be careful with this one. Please be careful with the number of share size you take. And also be aggressive with your stops. And what I mean by that, if your stop gets hit, get out. There's no thinking twice on this one, because it will keep going on you in a very, very bad way. So POTR here, guys, 38.25 high of the pre-market. The low of the pre-market is below Friday's high. So we have that on there all the way down to 34.58. But yesterday's high is what you want to look at. That's going to be a good one there. You can see how many touches we have on that one for PLTR. And as far as the pre-market action right now, we do have this level here, 37.16. I'm going to mark this down because we do have area of resistance in the pre-market already and area of support as well. So I do like the way this pre-market action is looking at the moment. So that's what we have as far as possibles. We have a PayPal also for a possible breakout. CLNE looks okay. I like the pop on that one. TEGR towards the downside, very, very active. Disney's breaking out of here, guys. Broke out of this pre-market high we had at 184.48. And CCIV, no, let's get rid of this. This doesn't look good. We'll get rid of that. All right, that's our list. Let's take a look at our moderators list. Let's see who we have here. Let's scroll over to the top, and then we'll bring in the visuals for you guys can see. There we go. All right, so we have Peter reporting IPO for today, BAOS. John is looking at Baidu, PayPal, and Tesla. Dima has PLTR, Mara, Riot, and WPRT. Eamon has Zoom, Disney, MU, secondary list Guilty, Oxy, Neo, and GM. Tiffany has Tesla, PLTR, CCIV, secondary list SAV and OCGN. Mike has Baidu and PayPal. Jared has SAVA, Silver, Tesla, and Disney. Secondary list Zoom, CLOV, and GM as well. Thor, you like this morning, PLTR, Riot, Mara, Disney, secondary list SQ, Zoom, and Neo. Brian's PLTR for a swing. I wonder if he's in on that already or not. TIGR, Workhorse, CLSK, and also OCGN for fun. So again, OCGN, did we keep that one? Yeah, OCGN very, very active this morning. And I don't think it's a low flow neither. But again, you got to be careful because it can move wildly. On the swing watch list for Brian, and again, guys, sign up for the swing trading alerts. You can go to our website. It's completely free. Just put in your email address, and that's all you're going to get. You're not going to get no propaganda and no madness of emails flooded to you like Amazon does on your account on every single recommendation that they sent. It's not like that. Very clean email, just on what he's looking at, his watch list, and what he likes to trade. IANTX, BRQS, and KMPH are on his swing list this morning. Peter's watching SQ, Mara, PLTR, secondary list AMD, Disney, and OCGN. And then I guess some signals, SQ, Disney, Uber, PayPal, Microsoft are all at a near or all-time highs. Oh, nice. Yes, we're seeing that with SQ, Disney. I agree. PayPal we have on deck. These are all very, very nice. I'd like to see what Uber is doing. Let's check Uber out because Uber can be nice. Let's see what they look like this morning. There is Uber. Uber, I like Uber. I'm going to put this as a possible, especially at all-time highs. I do like that one. All right, guys, that is what we have. Thor, anything else we might have missed?
No, man, I think we knocked it all out there. That was quite a lot to review. through, but I think made it. So it looks like everything's still kicking. Probably gonna watch PLTR into the Open. I think that's gonna be my at least in the initiation. We'll see how it goes.
All right, excellent. We got 1 more minute. So people are asking how do they sign up for Brian's swing trading alerts. So I just want to bring this over and show you guys. It's very, very simple. So you come over to our page over here. You're going to go over to education. Oh, no, not education. It's education. No, swing trading alerts. They upgraded this thing. It looks so much nicer now. Technology. Where's his swing trading alerts?
I think it's education. I think under
it is
drop
education.
down.
Oh, I had to scroll down a little more.
I thought it was. Who knows?
No,
it's bad when they change the website.
No, it's here. It's here. We just got to scroll down. We didn't scroll down far enough.
Yeah.
So guys, over in education, swing trading by Brian. So he does this every week, by the way. This is over in the chat room. He logs in. But aside from that, make sure you get the book, guys, too. Here's some of the books we have. How to swing trade. Don't just follow him. Understand what he's doing. So there's the book as well, the test drive. And then where's the alerts? All the way down here. Is this it? We'll figure it out. But it should be here. Should be here. All right, we'll figure it out. They moved it somewhere. Sorry about that, guys. They moved it tomorrow morning. I'll show you guys where that is. I'll have to find that out. Guys, thank you so much for joining us. Tonight, we have the onboarding class at 8 p.m. With me and Mike. Make sure you join for that. You can still sign up today. And if you sign up, also sign up for the DAS 14-day free trial, so you can try it out for the whole week. And then on top of that, right after that, we have Kyle. Kyle's going to be doing his technical class on Daytrading Pro and any other hotkeys and all the other things you want as far as technologies, even Stream Deck. So make sure you join for that. That's at 9 p.m. tonight. Take care, guys. Stay safe. We'll see you next time.
Thank you very much. Have a good one.